Good evening, everyone. Welcome. My name is Marissa Erickson, and I am Director of Orchestras here in West Carrollton. And on behalf of all of our directors, I would like to thank you for being here tonight, and for those who are watching online, because we are live streaming. I know there's still some people moving in, and that's fine, but we want to make sure we get started here because we have a lot of great music for you. So before we begin, we would like to ask that you would please silence any electronic devices that you have. Also, we do encourage you to take photos and videos, but please just make sure that your flash is turned off because that's a distraction to our performers. And I also would like to point out that there is going to be a lot of movement in between groups. So if you need to leave the auditorium, please be cautious. We've got students in the back auditorium lobby, which is why we had you come in this side door. And eventually for our finale, we're going to have people up in the front and down these aisles. So just be aware of that if you need to leave the auditorium for some reason. Well, Evening of Strings began in 1968. The participating schools were Troy, Vandalia, and West Carrollton. The event promotes fellowship through musicianship and was initially started to provide a showcase for orchestra programs during a time of year that is typically dominated by marching band. So for over 50 years, it's grown into this very big, exciting event that you're here for tonight. So we have 8 schools that are participating with us. The participating schools are grouped together and have a couple of rehearsals together to prepare for the evening. We also had a rehearsal, all of us together, just this evening to prepare for the grand finale. You probably heard it from the hallway, and you'll hear that grand finale at the end of the program. We are thrilled to have Dr. Betsey Hofeldt joining us as our guest conductor, and I will introduce her when it is time for that. So we're going to begin with Orchestra 1, comprised of students from Oakwood High School, Sidney High School, and West Carrollton High School. We will open with Dramatic Essay, conducted by Marissa Erickson, followed by A Knight's Quest, conducted by Julia Bonifield.
60, 70 part, like nobody played. Like going to half and like we all just like died. I remember all this digging into our stars.
I know, right?
While we are moving people around, I'm going to go ahead and make some announcements just to make this go a little bit quicker, because there's a lot of moving parts here, and it takes us a little time to get situated. So while they are doing that, I'm just going to go ahead and make some announcements. I would like to thank some people. So first off, a big thank you to our administration and staff here at West Carrollton High School for their support of this event. Also, a very big thank you to Mrs. Emily Earle and the students from her broadcast news class who are live streaming the performance right now as part of their real-world application of what they are learning in class, and they always do a really nice job. I am certain that it is going very well. Our shirts, nothing to see here. Our shirts were designed by West Carrollton student Ellie Williams. Also, a big thank you to Mrs. Stephanie Strope from Troy, who has worked tirelessly behind the scenes. She's worked on programs and t-shirts and other details for our guest conductor. Finally, as they are still moving around, we would like to thank all of our participating teachers, students, and all of you in the audience, parents, guardians, grandmas, grandpas, aunts, uncles, because we really can't do this without your support and you driving them where they need to go and paying for lessons and instruments and all of that sort of thing. So thank you very much to all of those people. If you would give a big round of applause for all of those people. And we're going to let this orchestra get settled in and get tuned, and then I will announce them for you. All right. Ms. Ward, could we get the lights back the way they were for the first group? They're having a hard time seeing their music here on the edge of the stage. If we need a little light in the auditorium in the house, that's okay. Just they need to be able to see their music. All right, but I'll go ahead and introduce our next ensemble, which is Orchestra 2, comprised of students from Greenville High School and Stebbins High School. They will be performing Measured Tones, conducted by Amy Hall, and I'm Shipping Up to Boston, conducted by J.R. Price. Please welcome Orchestra 2.
I think we should give her a check. I'm so sorry. I hate you. Yeah. No. We are in our I know. Did I say anything? As far as you know, we go to Greenville.
All right, we still have a lot of movement here, but I would like to go ahead and make another announcement just to keep things moving. So if you're walking, musicians, please walk quietly. Musicians, walk quietly. All right. I would like to point out, if you don't have a paper program, if we ran out, there are QR codes that are around with the program. So if you need to go and scan that so that you have the program, that would be fine. In that program, there is a mention about the Evening of Strings Founders Fund. So our event continues to grow in size, and you can see we're moving a whole lot of students around here. And so it's very difficult for us to find a space that accommodates students and the audience and makes it comfortable for us and also is affordable for us at the same time. So we are anticipating that we're going to need a much larger space next year for this event. We have some schools that participated with us pre-COVID that haven't returned yet, and I think they're going to return next year. So it's going to be even bigger next year. So if you've enjoyed your time here this evening, we would encourage you to donate to that Evening of Strings Founders Fund. So the information is on your program, but if you don't have one, you can visit DaytonFoundation.org. And then in the top right corner, there will be a spot that says Donate Now. And when you click there, it will give a few options for how you could donate. And then you're going to enter in 1336 so that it will, when it asks for the fund number, and then it will go to our organization, and your donation is tax exempt. So we are thankful if you choose to do that after the program this evening. So we're still getting a little bit settled, but I do want to mention that after this group is done performing, that is when we will start filling in aisles for our grand finale. So just be aware that that's going to be happening down here on the floor, and we'll fill in as much as we can on the stage too. So just be aware of all of that activity that's going to be going on around you. We'll let everyone get settled and retuned, and then I will introduce our third group. right, our final ensemble before our grand finale is Orchestra 3, which is comprised of students from Global Impact STEM, directed by Holly Diltz, Northmont High School, directed by Ryan Chatterton and Sarah Emmons, and Troy High School, directed by Stephanie Strope. They will be performing Entrada, conducted by Stephanie Strope, followed by Conquistador, conducted by Sarah Emmons. Please welcome Orchestra 3. All right, we're going to be getting ready to set up for our grand finale. So audience members, I'm just going to right now mention to you that we would appreciate at the end of our performance if you could just sit tight so we can get everybody back out of the auditorium safely with instruments. I would like to just make a couple of more announcements. First of all, thank you to Shelley Ward, who's up there struggling with the lights. Our system can be a little weird sometimes, so thank you to her for her work up there trying to get all this to work the way it should. And also, in my rush to write all of my notes of what I was going to say today, I failed to introduce the Sidney High School Orchestra director. So Mr. Andy Lewis, the illustrious Mr. Andy Lewis over there. All right. So we're going to get moving into position for our grand finale. Students, you need to head to about the place you were during rehearsal. If you are not in the exact same spot, that's okay. It doesn't have to be exact. You just need to be with people that play the same part as you. So let's go ahead and have cello and bass players get set up on the stage. Let's get these violins and violas off the stage. Violins and violas, there are some extra stands in the lobby if you need an extra stand. I know we were a little bit short during the rehearsal. There are extras in the corner of the lobby. As far as I can tell, we are as situated as we are going to be. If that is false, then someone wave wildly at me so that we can get this figured out. Yeah, we're gonna have, yeah, those are gonna have to stay on. They're gonna have to see their music. All right. Well, I'd like to introduce to you our guest conductor. Dr. Betsey Hofeldt received her Bachelor of Arts in Music Education from St. Olaf College, Minnesota, and her Master of Music in Violin Performance from the University of Illinois, Urbana. She earned her doctoral degree in violin performance from the University of Cincinnati College Conservatory Music. Dr. Hofeldt is a member of the Dayton Philharmonic Orchestra and also played with the Omaha, Toledo, and Virginia symphonies. In addition to her orchestral career, Dr. Hofeldt is an avid performer of chamber music. Along with her husband, cellist Mark Hofeldt, she has performed throughout the Miami Valley in the Hofeldt-Phillips Piano Trio for over 2 decades. Dr. Hofeldt maintains a private studio in Oakwood and has taught at Wittenberg University and the University of Dayton as a violin instructor. She's a pretty busy lady. You might also recognize her, though, as conductor of the Dayton Philharmonic Youth Strings, and she will be conducting our grand finale, and we would like to thank her for that. I have a plaque for her and a thank you card from our conductors. And so she will be conducting now our grand finale entitled Coiled.
I also want to thank all these wonderful music educators that have brought these wonderful kids tonight together. I am so impressed at all the work that they've done. Let's give them all another hand. You have a great bunch of teachers in your schools, and the only way that I can come up here and teach these kids with a half-hour rehearsal is because of all the work that your teachers did at home with them and your kids. So this is all because of preparation before I got here. Thank you very much.
You just save some of that applause because we're trying to get all the directors up here. We didn't practice this part.
Oh, yeah. Are they already back? Just call us.
Audience, if you could just sit tight for a moment so we can get everybody out of here safely. If you are from West Carrollton, just stay in this room. We're going to let all of our friends from other schools get out first because some of them have a long drive. But if you are on stage right now, you can go head to wherever you need to go. If you're heading to the lobby, the easiest way is just to go this direction if we get a spot on the side here or on the steps. Greenville students, you need to check Remind.